Welcome. Let's get started on configuring router on a stick on this Juniper equipment. First thing that we're going to do is set this SRX240 into router mode so that we don't have to deal with all the firewall settings such as zones and such. So the first thing we're going to do is configure, and we're going to delete the security settings, and then we're gonna set security forwarding options family PLS mode packet based. So essentially this is treating it as a router. It will just, as the routes that the router has, it'll pass that traffic without worrying about zones and ACLs and all that other stuff. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do is set up the interfaces. We're gonna connect interface 15 to the switch, and so the first thing that we're gonna do is set that interface to do VLAN tagging. So set interface gig Ethernet 15 VLAN tagging. And now we're going to set up IP addresses for a VLAN 10, 20, 30, and 40. So set gig Ethernet or interface gig Ethernet 15. And we're going to do a .10 for VLAN 10. So VLAN ID 10 family INET family INET address, and we're going to use 172.16.10.1/24. And then what we're going to do is we're going to repeat this so that we have a couple interfaces to play with. So I'm going to just go ahead and change these three on here to set up a VLAN 20, and then these three to set up a VLAN 30, and then one more with a VLAN 40. So it'll allow us to play around with some pings and other stuff here in a moment. The other thing that we're going to need to do is, because we're set up VLAN tagging, there's a unit 0 as part of interface 15 that we need to remove. So we're going to delete interface gig Ethernet 15 unit 0. All right. Then what we're going to do is save that. So we'll commit. All right, this is going to get committed here. And then what may happen on your device at this time when it's getting committed, it'll probably tell you something to the fact that because you're switching the security mode to packet based, that you'll probably need to reboot. I've done that already, and so we're not going to need to do that right now. So the next thing that I want to do is show the interfaces, just so that you could see what's there. Show interface terse. Oh, I need to exit out. Show interface terse. All right, so as you can see down here on, you went too far. Let's do interface GE 15 terse. There we go. So now we have these that we've configured, and they're all nice and up. so it looks good to go there. So now what we're going to do is get into the switch and start getting it configured. So over here on the switch, I'm going to configure it, get it in and set up some VLANs. Set VLAN VLAN 10, VLAN ID 10. And this is essentially just naming the VLANs. So what we're going to do is get all 4 of these set up. Now we got those. Cool. So let's commit that real quick. I've been playing around in this lab a little bit, so it's saying I need to have this VLAN layer 3 interface. Interface must be defined. Oh, so I shouldn't save this just yet because we don't have the rest of the configuration set up. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some test ports on interface 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll get those going. So we're going to set interface gig Ethernet 0/1 unit 0 family Ethernet port mode access, and then set that interface to be on the VLAN 10. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the next couple just pasted in here to make things go a little bit faster. Alright, so now I have those 4 interfaces done. So now what we'll do is set it up to connect up to the router. So we're going to set interface gig 0/23 unit 0 and family Ethernet port mode trunk, and then we're going to also do VLAN members, and then we'll put in all. So we're going to allow all VLANs to talk over this. Okay, so then the next thing that we're going to do is we need to set up an IP address on VLAN 40. So we're going to set interfaces VLAN unit 40 family inet address 2.16.40.2/24. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say that it's a layer 3 interface. So we're going to set VLANs VLAN 40 layer 3 interfaces to VLAN 40. All right. Commit that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this here for this .0 because I don't want this in here anymore. So what I'm going to do is we're going to delete the VLANs default layer 3 for VLAN 0 commit. Hopefully this goes through. All right, that'll look like it worked. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we'll exit out of here, and I want to ping, since we have an IP address on the switch, I want to ping the gateway of VLAN 40, which is 132.16.40.1, and I could ping it. That's good. So now the thing is, can we ping any others? So if we get VLAN 10, can't do it, no route. Perfect. So let's go in there and set up a route to there so that we could access the other interfaces. So we're going to set routing options, the static route to everything, which the next hop will be the gateway VLAN 40. Commit that. All right, let's exit out and see if we could ping some other interfaces, which we can. So the reason why this works is we could not only get up to the router, but because the router has routes to all these different subnets, they know the path back as well. And so we have inner VLAN routing set up. Awesome. So I set up those other interfaces. I don't have devices plugged into those just yet, and so we're going to stop the video here, and thank you for watching. Let me know if there's anything else like this that you'd want to see again.